This podcast is sponsored by Financial Fashion Company, and I want you guys to check out our website and our store. You can visit www.fnfstore.com so you can see all of the apparel that we have, because we want to spread the world with positivity. We want to spread positivity, and we want to spread encouragement and motivate people to be the best version of themselves. So take a look, and if you see something you like, use discount code FNF10 to get 10% off your first order. Back to the show. Welcome to We Invest Different podcast. I'm co-host John-Micah Bess.
And I'm co-host Victor Thomas.
And what We Invest Different podcast is all about is not conversations just about financial literacy or investing, but we dive into the things that we'll need in life, like character, integrity, and life principles and standards. And we also get to have conversations with other people who are different and add value to the world.
And what inspired us to start this podcast was seeing the influx of people, investing in the stocks, real estate, Bitcoins, or all the other coins. But we didn't want to neglect the other side of the investment, which is investing in ourselves and our mental well-being and our character. It's hard to maintain the money that we receive without making sure we're looking within. So we just wanted to make sure we shed light on that part as well.
Greetings. Tap in. Yo. Thank you for tuning in to We Invest Different podcast. I'm co-host Mr. John-Micah Bess.
And I'm your co-host, Victor Thomas II.
Hey, you just told me to add that in to the caption, man. And at first, I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to put 2? I almost put the number 2. But it's just Roman numerals. It's Roman numerals, so it's just 2-letter I's. But, man, I'm glad to be back. How you feeling today, Vic?
Feeling good, man. Feeling relaxed, man. Grateful. A little tired. Was up a little late last night, but, man, I'm grateful. How about you?
Man, you got it right this time. You asked me how I was doing.
I'm working on it, man. I'm getting better with time.
For sure, man. But I'm feeling well. I'm trying to keep myself, being deliberate and like keeping myself in peace, internal peace. That's really what I've been focusing on, because I know we talked about the last couple of episodes of how I realized that when you allow people to be themselves and you allow yourself to be the best version of yourself, you have less chaos and you have less run-ins with other people. So that's the place I'm at right now, man. I'm at a very peaceful place with myself, and I'm valuing myself a lot more.
That's right,
man. I within myself though, you know what I'm saying. This transition don't have nothing to do with nobody else, but within myself and looking at my mirror, I'm just noticing that I feel better and I'm my best self when I have peace internally.
Yes, sir.
So, man, it's just good to be back. So Let's tap in, man. Let's tap into this conversation. You had a Facebook post that was about something that we talked about a month or so ago before we was going to the gym. Mm-hmm. And I feel that this is a very important conversation and discussion because it's really a tradition in our culture. It's a tradition in our communities. And we see this all the time. And we've both done it as well.
Indeed. Faithfully.
Yes, every single year. So let's tap into this topic. We noticed that most of the time when we have our birthdays, which is a new year of life that God blessed us with, I see that oftentimes we take it for granted by using that time to degrade ourselves and to do things that's going to lower our life and lower, positivity in our lives. And I wonder what that came from. Where did this big celebration come from of a new year of life? I understand that we're supposed to be grateful, but the celebration end of it, like, where did that mindset come from as far as like, I gotta go to the club, I gotta pop bottles, I gotta get high, I gotta get drunk, I gotta make sure, I wake up in the morning with a hangover or whatever the case may be. Like,
make sure.
Because it's like, bro, if you wake up the day after your birthday and you don't feel like you got fucked up last night, you feel like you ain't live out your birthday right. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what? You ain't bringing your birthday right if you didn't get fucked up.
Right. Or get fucked.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
So like, even when I kind of symbolize that the same as a person being in a relationship that they didn't want to be in and now they single. It's kind of like that same thing. Like, since I'm single now, I'm gonna go out and do my thing. So I'm gonna what it's called? What's the word?
Reiterate.
I'm gonna resort back. I'm gonna resort back to the behavior that I had before I got into a relationship. Because most of the time when before people settle down, most of the time they go through what they call the hoe phase or whatever. So we do those things that shows no sign of commitment. But once we settle down, we say, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing those things. But when that situation don't work out, instead of going into and continuing to grow and becoming a better you resort back to those things that degrade yourself because it feel how it feels. I'm thinking that it's probably a certain level of comfort. That's probably what it is. What you think, bro? Like, is it comfort?
I mean, I'm sitting here thinking as you talking and soaking in what you saying, man, and I really can't even tell because it's just one of them things that we do without even thinking about it. And I'm trying so hard to make sense of it because I've done it too.
Me too.
But it's hard for me to make, kind of like sagging. You know what I mean? I was with Bo the other day and he was just talking about that. And he was like, why you used to do that? Sag. And I don't know. I can't explain it, but I was faithful to it. For what? I don't know. So it's kind of like one of them things. Why do we do that?
Oh, wow. You kind of you put me down on something real quick because you really gave me a vision of the reason why we do that, bro. Bro, we see other people doing it.
Influence.
Yeah, it's influence because check this out, bro. Poor people are always trying to mimic the lifestyle of the rich.
All day.
So it's like, when you reach a new birthday, well, let me put it like this: when a celebrity or somebody with high rank or high status, or they have a certain amount of money or whatever type of success they have, we look at them and they probably be like, "This is my 33rd birthday. They on a yacht popping bottles and all of this stuff." And so when poor people see that, we try to create that same experience
yeah,
within our own means. And sometimes it be outside our means, and we'll do whatever it takes to make it look as if we're living that lifestyle when we're really not. So are we celebrating, or are we just running away from the way our life really is?
That's what I was thinking as you were talking, bro. Because it really seems like an escape. You know what I mean? Like, this is my life 364 days out the year. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take this one day to get away from that. You know what I mean? And I understand that life has its struggles every day, but I think that's an indication to really work on those other 364 days. Like, what is it about these days that are not fulfilling that's going to make me feel like, okay, this one time of the year, I need to escape. And not even just one time out of the year. I mean, a lot of people feel like they just need to escape in general ever so often. You know what I'm saying? And why is that? I mean, I think that's something to really think about.
That's a real struggle. I can see it now.
Yeah,
I see the connection between the struggle, man, and you just look for some relief. Honestly, our culture has been faced with so many, adversities, and we've been through so many different types of oppression. So it's like anytime we get to indulge into something that's gonna help us cope, man, we're gonna take that opportunity. And like, honestly, bro, having fun is like the best coping technique, because it's like, and I think that's where that come from. Like, we look at it as just being fun. Like, I just want to go out and have fun. It's my birthday. Why can't I go out and have fun? So we don't look at like the bigger picture of like, it's really something else that's more beneficial that you could be doing.
Right.
That's also fun.
Yeah.
But because we so boxed in and we limit ourselves to what we see, as we just said in the beginning. We look at other people's lifestyle and we trying to implement that instead of finding out things that we can do ourselves individually that will help us have a better lifestyle.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like our viewpoint and perspective of how we see things around us, and we kind of trying to create that reality, bro.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you do that when only thing you see is the glit and the glam of stuff, and people don't put the struggle on social media. People don't see the hard work. Because like those people that you looking at who on the yachts on their birthday, they took care of their business on the front end.
Yes, sir.
So they celebrating on the back end because they actually have something to celebrate about.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how about I'm gonna set this standard for myself, and maybe you do the same. I want to set a standard. This year I turned 27, and I made up in my mind that this new year of life, I wanted to create more of an impact in my life. You know, not so much about myself. And that was the transition that I did deliberately, you know, with this new year of life.
Hold on, what you mean by not so much about yourself? What you mean?
Like, I wanted to build one of my goals, one of my business goals and one of my life's goals is to build community. To help people and build community, bro. So you can't build community without putting yourself on the line in some type of way. So it's like I'm building myself. I am putting time into myself, you know, and I am working on myself. But at the same time, I'm not only doing it for just me. It's like a self-sacrifice. Like, I want to become the best version of myself because, you know, like you said on the last podcast, you can't help nobody unless you help yourself. Indeed. So I'm transitioning every day into the best version of myself, you know, in pursuit of the bigger picture of creating a community to where I can be a positive force. Right. You know, I can bring positivity to people's lives, you know, on a daily basis or however often I want to. Right. Or need to, or whatever the need is. I want to be able to provide something. I want to be able to help with something. You know, and that's my main goal, man, whatever it is, particularly personal development, of course, and, you know, bringing people together and spreading love and spreading light and spreading, you know, empowerment and improvement. That's my main goal. But, you know, I can't do that unless I put myself on the line and sacrifice some things. And that's what this year of 2022 is all about for me since I turned 27 on February 11th. So my point going forward, next year, I want to continue this tradition of tapping into a greater version of myself in this new year and not just trying to have fun. But it's turning into fun for me because it's becoming a part of who I am. Right. Like, this is habitual.
And so, I think that's the number one thing that people kind of neglect, because we get caught up in the whole hustle and bustle of life, and we really don't have the opportunity to really look within ourselves and say, okay, what is my passion? You know what I mean? We get lost in life. And that's why you see a lot of people living a lot of unfulfilled lives. And, you know what I mean? I get it. But I think that once we really tap into our purpose and our passion, I think we'll start looking at every day different.
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
Whoa, you sent it in a whole nother direction right there, because that's really the key to unlocking a fulfilled life. You really tapped into something deep right there. And I think, wow, man, so much is coming out in this conversation. Okay, like, when your birthday is coming up, if we think about our purpose and fulfillment and like love, I think that it'll change our mindset. Cause it's like, when you said passion and purpose, right? All I could think about is a will to live. When you have a passion for something and when you have a purpose for something, you're not easily to quit it. Right. So it's like, on this new year of life, that means a new year expresses that you're going to encounter a new journey. Like, new things are about to come. So it's like, if you have that mindset of passion and purpose, that means, you know what? I'm going to do something inspiring this year. Right. What can I do this year that I didn't do last year? What can I implement in my life in a good way that I didn't implement last year in my life? And I think that's how we should look at birthdays. Yeah. A moment of growth. Yes. You see what I'm saying? And so, like you just said, bro, by every day now, not just on our birthday, but just tapping into passion and purpose every day, trying to find out who you are. Well, it's not really trying to find out who you are. I don't like really saying that no more, bro. Why not? Because you are already who you are, and I don't think you have to find that out. I really think it's already in you, but it's just a lot of distractions. I heard you say that one time, that it's just a lot of distractions that send us further away from our true self, because you already who you are, bro. It just take that realization. Right. That realization and that revelation. Realization and that revelation to show you, like, hey, bro, this stuff already been in you. You just haven't been revealed. Right. And like I said before, like I say all the time, sometimes that just take us just sitting down. Yes. Removing ourselves. You know, when we had a chance to not do nothing, we need to take advantage of it. And it's not that we being lazy. And I think that'd be the number one thing, especially with me. Like, it took me a long time to really accept doing nothing.
even if it come to meditation or it come to relaxing, it was just hard for me to do because it was like, I need to do this. I need to get this done. I need to get this done. And me just sitting here, I ain't getting it done, but I'm forgetting or not even realizing that by me sitting down and relaxing, meditating, it's going to make my active hours more productive. Because now I'm seeing clear. I'm feeling more relaxed. So my decisions are going to reflect that calmness or that calm state of being.
Right.
But in order to get to that point to where, we making good moves when we active, we got to take time for ourselves. And that's when we can really, discover what's already in us and, really begin to develop it. But like we said before, man, life will get in the way of that, man. Life will get in the way. And then sometimes, when we do have a time to sit down, we want to fill it with looking at our phones and finding something to laugh at.
Man, what?
You know what I mean? Because it's just like that escape thing again, just like on the birthday.
Yeah,
I had a long day. I had a long day. Let me do this. I had a long year.
Yeah.
Let me have this day.
Yeah.
The same thing, just transparent. But, I mean, I can't emphasize enough really just sitting down and just really hearing God, man. Hearing God talk to us.
Let's tap deeper into what you're just saying, because for men, in general, it's hard for us to relax. And that's kind of what I want to touch on our round table talk tonight.
Right.
Because there's what society say men should be. And obviously we have our own, understanding of what men should be. And it's like a clash. It's like so many misunderstanding of what men are and what they're supposed to be, what we're supposed to be doing. So we carry a lot along with that, because society says that men shouldn't have feelings. We shouldn't show emotion. We shouldn't show sensitivity.
Right.
We should always be working. We should always be doing something. So I internalize that. So it's my daily struggle, even to the point where I get depressed if I don't have nothing to look forward to. Like literally, I'm not saying that as a joke, but I will literally have my mental health will literally start flaring up if I feel useless. Because oftentimes I do feel useless. I feel hopeless if I don't have nothing to do.
I laugh because I get it.
Yeah.
For me, the truth is always funny.
True.
If you think about some of the greatest comedians, you be cracking up laughing when they telling the honest to God truth about some stuff.
True.
So that's why I laugh, not to laugh at you, but I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what you mean right there. I feel you.
So it's like a battle. So even with sleep, we won't even get adequate sleep because we feel less than a man. Well, I'm being transparent. Like, it affects my sleep. Like if I don't feel productive or if I don't feel like I'm doing something, I won't sleep. I can't really rest. Like, it's really bothering me.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of men struggle with that. Just not being able to say, like, hey, I'm really overwhelmed right now and I need a fucking break. We can't say that because, like, even just hearing myself say that feels weak.
That's heavy, man. That's heavy and that's deep. And it's amazing how, like, on the surface that can seem constructive. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man should be doing something.
Yeah.
But when you really look at it, it's like, that might hurt you more than it's gonna help you.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I've learned, man, that when I have those times where there's nothing for me to do, it's like I gotta really sit back and ask God, why has it slowed down right now? Because 9 times out of 10, if God got us sitting still with really nothing to do, I think that's him calling us. Like, hey, come check in.
Yes, sir.
Come check in. You know what I mean? I see what you're doing. I need you to come check in first before you do that next thing, because it's something I need you to have in your mind in doing that next thing. You know what I mean? So when stuff slow down, I kind of, okay, I'm going to read some scripture. I'm going to pray or something. You feel me? You know what I mean? I'm going to seek God in that moment because I know God's seeking me, so I'm going to meet him halfway. Because I know one thing about me, man. One thing about God, when he call your attention and you ignore it, he going to get it.
Yes, sir.
He gonna do it by any means. It could be some old drastic shit. You be like, God dang, okay, God, I see you now. But he give us an opportunity to come to him first before he gotta move something that's gonna make us come to him. And now we like, oh God, help me, God. Why this had to happen? Well, God probably be sitting back like, well, nigga, I tried to get your attention before this.
That's true.
So I think that once we get the feeling like, okay, I ain't got nothing to do, that's the time to really seek God. And I know everybody ain't gonna agree with that, but for the people that it is for, hear it, take heed.
Nah, you talking to me because, like I said, bro, this is an everyday battle. So I have to take that note that you just told me. You know, I have to implement that because, like, I have a space where it's like, damn, okay, I got this free time. But honestly, you always got something to do.
Yeah,
always something to do.
Always something.
And it's like, honestly, in those moments that I have, there are some things that I don't want to do. If we be honest,
like I know exactly what you mean.
So it's like you sit here saying like, yeah, I ain't got nothing to do, bro. Yes, you do, bro.
You don't want to do that.
You just don't want to do that. Like, so you battling with yourself. That's really what it is. Like, you really battling with yourself. With, you know, I really want to have some free time. I really don't want to do nothing. But then you still battling with that man shit. You know what I'm saying? That man society stuff of like, I always got to be doing something. And then it's like, I really don't even want to do nothing for real. So the fight is really with yourself.
Yeah.
It's really with yourself and like your mind. It's really with your mind because it's like you trying to tell yourself, you know what you need to do. Because you already know, like, it's plenty of productive things that you can do. It's just that you're not forced to do it at this time. This is literally your leisure time. So you can use your leisure time for whatever, but you slick want this time to do nothing, but you feel bad about doing nothing. So you sitting there fighting yourself, and you really going through it.
That's toxic.
It really is.
Being toxic to ourselves.
Exactly.
Like just
self-sabotage, bro.
Self-sabotage. Like, just think about just telling yourself, I don't deserve this free time. That sounds so hurtful.
Bro, I do that to myself almost. Did you know stress is one of the leading causes of chronic physical and mental health issues? This is why we started this movement, MH10, Mental Health 10 Minutes. And we want to inspire everybody to take at least 10 minutes a day for a walk, jog, or run, or even if it's just a stroll in the sunlight to get some fresh air. The goal is just for you to focus on yourself for those 10 minutes. And what this does, it lowers the chances of you experiencing anxiety and depression, because we all know that stress leads to those things. So get outside today and take your 10 minutes. And if you want to post on social media, use hashtag MH10 or mental health 10 minutes. Now back to the show. Every time, bro. Nah, you don't deserve. No, like, nah. See, that's how you would train your mind. You would train yourself to think like that. And that's why we have to stop this now. Like, we have to reinforce this now. Because if we don't, bro, man, if I don't, I always be anxious. Because anxiety comes from that. Anxiety comes from that. Because, like, you're always thinking about the next moment, and the next moment hasn't gotten here yet. Like, so it's like, okay, I need to be doing something because you holding on to this future vision that you have of where you're trying to be. So you thinking that you're not going to get there if you're not always doing something.
But that be the thinking right there.
That creates
I'm
anxiety.
slowing it down. By me relaxing, I'm slowing down me, getting where I want to be. That be the thinking for me like a mug, man.
And that creates anxiety, bro.
Yeah.
That creates anxiety around rest.
But see, going back to what you said about, remember how you said the influence of wanting to celebrate on your birthday?
Yeah.
I think that thinking comes from the influence of, you know, people saying you got to grind. You got to go hard. No days off. You know what I mean? And I think we take that and we kind of misconstrue it. And we even got to understand that the people who say this, we're not familiar with their entire lives. You get what I'm saying? Like, they may be taking on this concept of grind hard, always be working, go hard every day. You know what I mean? But in all actuality, in them doing that, they may have some mental issues that they not presenting to the public.
Right.
Or they might not even know they got. They just living in it. You know what I mean? So we got to be careful about who we let influence us. And we really got to lean into God and let him be our guide and not other people. Because I know I fell into that, man. Because, man, I used to be talking about some grinding 24/7. Like, I done literally done that, cuz. I'm talking about I was going to work, working a 10. You know what I mean? Working a 10-hour shift. Leaving up, going straight to the studio. In the studio all night. Leaving the studio, going back to work, doing a 10. I'm talking about I'm drinking 4 energy drinks a day to keep going. You feel me? But see, on the surface, people may be like, oh, Vic getting it in. Vic going hard. You know what I mean? But look at what I'm doing. I'm drinking 4 energy drinks a day. I ain't getting no sleep. You know what I mean? I ain't taking no time for myself. I'm wore out. I got even increased anxiety. I'm popping pills.
Yeah.
Don't nobody even know this now. This the part, they see the grind, but they don't see what's coming of it. I'm popping pills to stay calm because I got so much anxiety. You know what I mean? And then eventually, man, I ended up crashing. Like, literally. I mean, I'm drinking alcohol. I'm popping pills, trying to cope with this grind. And I literally crashed my car. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that be the part people don't tell you. You know what I mean? They don't tell you about what come with that dedication to the grind and all that. Dedication to the cause. But what I had to learn is that I got to be dedicated to myself first. I got to be dedicated to my mental being, my mental health, and my health. You know what I mean? That got to come first, and then the grind comes second. And I think
that don't make you feel bad.
I mean, initially, yeah. But once I started to see the effects of putting me first and how much more effective I was to the grind, I was like, okay, boom. That was it. You know what I mean? That was it.
I asked that question because, man, like I said, I thank God for you and your perspectives because it helps me a lot because I go through a lot of things that you be referring to.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm one of those people that go through that too. Like, because I post on Instagram, I post helpful information on Instagram, whether it's about mindset or mental health. But like, I post some good content, but folks don't see how it affects me when I post. Mm-hmm. Like, they say that, like, folks be looking for you to post content, but they don't see, like, on the outside, like, in real time, in real life, that I'm struggling with posting. Right. Like, I'm real life. Like, I have content that's saved to my drafts right now that I haven't posted because I'm struggling with posting.
Like, what is the struggle exactly?
It's exhausting. Like, the expectation, the pressure. I'm putting that on myself, though. Like, ain't nobody doing this to me.
You mean like
I'm putting this on my own mental, like, because in reality, bro, it's just an Instagram post.
Yeah.
But I'm putting pressure on myself on the energy, like, on what comes after I post.
Yeah. I found myself doing that yesterday. Yeah. Because, like, I posted a beat video for the first time in a long time yesterday. Because, I ain't really been online with it. But I talked to my bro the other day, and he was like, man, Vic, put that stuff out there. Show people what you can do.
Yeah.
So here I am. And I posted that video, man, and I swear, bro, I'm checking every five minutes how many views it done got, how many likes it done got. And I'm stressed out, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, because it went a whole day. And I'm looking like, this TikTok ain't got no plays?
Yeah.
This TikTok ain't got no plays. And I'm sitting there giving all that energy, and now I'm stressing out. And then I wake up this morning, and they got 400 plays.
Right.
And I did all that for no reason. You see what I'm saying?
That shit real, bro.
And and then I also got to remember too, like when it comes to social media, and this probably could help a lot of people.
Right.
I can't get so caught up in the numbers. Like, if one person remarks on that video and they like it, or it leads to something, I got to be grateful in that, and I got to have that mind frame. You know what I mean?
Help me, Lord.
Real talk.
Because it's like, don't devalue, don't make that. Because it's not that serious, honestly, bro.
Right.
It's just an IG post. but we put so much on it. Like I put so much on it. Like,
yeah,
because it's like, man, I want my information to help somebody, and so that's mainly what it is. Like, and I be connecting those numbers to who I'm helping. That's what it is. Like, because I want it to go far. Like, I want people to see it. I want people to click into it. So it's like when people don't click into it, you feel bad because you put something into that video.
So much into it.
Like,
man.
this is intellectual property. Like, you know what I'm saying? I studied. You know, I observed. You know what I'm saying? I went through this and that to put this together, and it's like nobody seen the value in it. And so that kind of mess with you. That messes with you a little bit if you let it. And I do be letting it mess with me, even though I make pretty good videos. Really? And I think you gotta focus more on that. Like, focus more on the value that you putting out versus the response that you get. And I think that we gotta focus more on God, because it's like you put this positive, powerful information out. I think you should be in the mindset of, God, I put this out today to the world. I ask that you, whoever see it, let it talk to them, and whoever see it, let me be okay with who see it.
Yes, sir.
And I need to say that before I post anything and just let it go. And I need to let that be a habit. Because honestly, I still got content right now, bro. I haven't posted it because it's stressful.
Right.
But I can't let that stop me, because it's somebody out there that need the information. Yes, and I think that's what pushed me too. Like, that's how I know I'm gonna push through this. Like, this, I'm pushing through, y'all. Like, I'm not complaining, saying that I'm just not gonna post. Like, I'm just being transparent with my struggle and posting, because you have to push past that. You have to press past that and really do it still because of the bigger picture. Right. Because it's like, hey, man, because it was a time where I didn't have information that I have. It was a time where I didn't know the things that I know now. And it took somebody to release their energy. It took somebody to release their gift. It took somebody to release their passion and purpose to show me, like, hey, wake up, bro. If they wouldn't have never woke up, if they wouldn't have never posted, I wouldn't be where I am. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't have got that message that they intended to send. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I have to do it too. Like, regardless of what I'm going through in the back, you know, that's between me and the Lord. And I can get through that because me and God got a relationship. And I know that he'll help me through this.
That's right.
But I got to press through. You know what I'm saying? I got to press through and still post. I got to press through and still put out information, because it's somebody that's potentially dying right now, waiting for me to drop it off.
Yes, man. Yes, man. For real. For real. And I think that's one thing that we got to remember, man. I remember, like you told me a long time ago, man, you want to be able to help somebody every day. Yeah. So the thing about social media, man, somebody that might got all the help from that video, they might not even like it. True. Because it been plenty of times I just scroll past stuff and I be like, boy, Holmes just dropped it off just then. Done inspired the hell out of me. I'm finna go do something right now. Yeah. And they don't even like the shit.
Bro, you just said a whole lot right there, bro.
You real talk, bro.
You got a whole audience who don't even tap into your stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, cause like you just said, we do that too. And I think we gotta, man, it's just anxiety, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, anxiety closed that thought. Like, honestly, when you having anxiety, right? It's like you don't, for some reason, that's why it's such a malfunction in the brain, in the nervous system. Because, like, you don't think about how you sitting here telling lies to yourself. Like, you really don't think about that. You just, it's a nerve thing. Like, it's very connected to how you feeling. It's a feeling. So it don't necessarily got to be reality, is what I'm saying. This shit ain't got to be real. You really can just be creating this and you feeling it. A feeling. But feelings don't necessarily mean it's real or true. Right. Like, it's like you can literally make yourself feel a certain type of way and you'll believe it to be true. When really it's just a malfunction, bro. Literally, that's what anxiety and depression is. Like, we holding on to something and it's malfunctioning. So we accepting it as real, when, like, you can really just observe it, break it down, slow it down. You did what I'm saying? And it'll be more clearer. But to people who having this on a chronic level, it's extremely hard to slow things down. It's extremely hard to slow your thoughts down. That's on a chronic level. Gotcha. For those people, you may have to really see something. You got to have some professional help. Right. You really need therapy to really calm down. But on a basic level, bro, a lot of this stuff is in our minds, and we tell ourselves certain things and we believe ourselves, and it become internalized. Right. And we live by it.
Yep, that's it. We get to making our decisions based off of that thought. That ain't even reality sometimes, man.
That's crazy, bro.
Super crazy.
But, man, transition. Oh, you got something else to say?
Oh, nah, man.
transitioning, bro.
We dropping it out, bro.
We've been doing pretty well, man. We had 32 minutes. So transitioning to our new segment that we do every time, bro. And the segment is called What Did You Learn? You know, what did we learn? Because every week we want to bring something to our audience that we learned that they can learn from because we learned from it. So is there anything that you learned recently that you can tell the people?
I guess one thing I can say is it's okay to take time from the grind or from anything. Sometimes we feel like it's up to us to work stuff out. You know what I mean? To figure it out, rather. You know, when it comes to business, it's up to us to figure this out and work this out. But I'm really learning right now that sometimes I just got to trust God, because my understanding is so limited. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the stuff that I aspire to do, I don't really see no clear, defined, cut way to get there. To be real with you.
Right.
I can sit here and say this gonna lead to that, this gonna lead to that. But I think one thing that COVID probably should have taught everybody is that your plan can go to shit like that.
Boy, what?
Because think about it. Think about all the companies that had marketing rollouts ready for 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
Everybody that had financials, like, we gonna make this much this year, but then COVID hit.
Yes.
And it was like, oh, that's over with. So I'm really learning to really trust God and, you know, being okay with like, hey, I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now, God. You know what I mean? Step in. So I think I'm really learning to make more space for God in all of my endeavors. You know what I mean?
All of them.
And that's pretty much it right there this week.
And that's G. That's real G.
Yeah, man.
That's solid.
How about you? What you learned this week, man?
Man, I've been sitting here thinking. I almost was gonna say, man, I ain't learned nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's so easy for us to learn something small. Like, it can be small.
Right.
It can be something small. So one thing that I'm really internalizing is the importance of peace.
Yes, sir.
Like, I see that as like top tier.
Yes.
Peace is very important, man. Like, I value peace now more than a lot of things. Because I see that without peace, it just don't last long. Like, it's temporary. Like, everything that don't involves peace, it comes and goes. But like, when you got peace with something, it has longevity. So I want to bring peace with everything that I have, everything that I do. Like, I need it to be peaceful.
Right.
Cause like, peace is very vital to your mental health. It's very vital to your lifestyle. Because think about it, if you're not a person that loves peace, what's the opposite of peace?
Chaos.
So you're gonna be a miserable person.
Yeah.
Like, where there is no peace, it's chaos.
Yeah.
And in the scripture, the absence of God is hell. And like, God is peace. So like, the absence of peace is the absence of God. So like,
They don't hear you, man.
so it's like,
They don't hear you.
that's what I'm tapping into, bro. Like, and I want to be a more peaceful person. And I know in order for me to be a more peaceful person, I have to slow it down and watch how I respond to things and react to things. Cause like, if you respond in a peaceful manner, it feels better.
Yeah.
Like, situations can be made better when you respond in peace. Like, I'm learning to just breathe. Like, when I feel myself getting ready to be chaotic or get out of character, I'm learning to just
Take a second.
breathe, man. Like, Try to control it the best way you can. Try to control that outburst, because like, man, if you just decide to respond out of peace, you can literally see how the situation would change. If you compare the situations, I can compare situations where I responded aggressively versus how I responded in peace. Like, the situations were totally different. When I responded in a peaceful manner, the situation got handled and ended like not too long after that moment. But when I responded in an aggressive or chaotic manner, the situation spiraled out of control, and it lasted way longer than it had to be.
That's how it be.
So, man, that's what I learned. Peace is very valuable, and I'm going to internalize that.
And I know we're supposed to be wrapping up, man, but I just want to also, you know, what you said made me think about something. I want to bring it up. I know sometimes I feel that me trying to address the situation is going to bring me to peace.
Boy, what? True.
See, and I might make it worse because I'm not in peace. And I feel like this needs to be addressed. I need to fix this. You know what I mean? But I'm coming at it from a place of not peace.
Right.
Seeking peace.
Ooh, boy. Ooh.
You see what I'm saying? So in those moments, I got to do what you said. Stop. And that's what I was just saying, what I'm learning. Sometimes I got to just, okay, God, you handle it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Don't even try to address it because I ain't going to approach it from a peaceful state. So I just got to sit back and let it go for a little while. Because you know me, man. I value peace so much. Once I started getting a taste of it, it's like, boy, anything that come my way that's not peace, I'm like, oh, no, we got to shoot it down right now.
Boy, what?
That's how I be feeling like, hey, I'm protecting my peace. You know what I mean? But, hey, sometimes it's not for me to protect. And a lot of times in those instances, I'm learning that it's something for me to learn. Like, when I start to feel like I'm getting out of character and I'm not in my peace, I got to be like, okay, God, what you trying to teach me? Because this obviously is somewhere that I'm weak. If my peace is disturbed by something, that means that it's a weak part in me. So God, what is it? How do I make this stronger? Instead of trying to address the situation, I need to address God. And that's one thing that I'm learning right now in the process of, man. And it's a struggle, I ain't going to lie. Because, you know, stuff going to happen in life. And we got to be equipped. And I think that when we run across those instances where we don't have peace, I think that is God equipping us for what's to come next.
Right, man. That's real.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for that, man.
I'm working through it myself, cuz.
And this was a good episode, man. This was a good conversation, good discussion. And this is what we call We Invest Different Podcasts, because we tap into other things. We tap into more important things. Because what we talked about in this situation, somebody can grow from this, bro. This conversation we just had.
Yeah, man.
Somebody can literally grow from this conversation. So that's what we love doing, and that's what y'all can keep expecting. So with that being said, we'll see y'all next week for conversation number 8.
Ooh.
And I'm co-host Mr. John-Micah Bess.
And I'm your co-host Victor Thomas II.
Hey, man, see y'all next week. We gone.
Hold on. Hey, don't text and drive. Stop texting and driving. All right.
Man, you talk to me every time, bro.